Charred bodies of 16 people, including 3 children, were found today in a remote region of the French Alps.
50 miles away, in another mountainside village, 3 more chalets were set on fire. More than 20 bodies were found there.
They're all believed to be members of the Solar Temple cult. It's the second time in 14 months that members of the cult have perished. 53 members died in apparent murder-suicides in Switzerland and Quebec in October of last year.
The 5 bodies were discovered in a chalet in the small town of Salva.
The roof is on fire. We don't need no water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn.
Yo. Order of the Solar Temple. This was a secretive religious sect, and it was founded in Geneva, Switzerland in the 1980s by a man named Joseph de Membrio and his associate, Luc Giraud. The group blended many elements of Christianity, New Age spirituality, and believes in ETs, extraterrestrial beings. The Order of the Solar Temple believed in the imminent end of the world, and that the only way to escape the coming apocalypse was to transcend to a higher spiritual plane. The group believed that they could achieve this transcendent state by undergoing a process of initiation, purification, rituals, and fire. The members of the group were primarily from Europe and North America, and many were highly educated professionals, including doctors, lawyers, judges, engineers, politicians, and police officers. Members of the Order of the Solar Temple were required to donate large sums of money to the group, and many reportedly gave up their careers and personal relationships to follow the teachings of Membrio and Giraud. They were also subject to strict rules and isolation from the outside world. The group's leaders were known to use manipulative tactics, including brainwashing and psychological abuse, to control their followers. They preached about the impending end of the world, or to be more accurate, what they preached is they needed to cause the end of the world, doomsday, in order to bring back Jesus, the solar king, the solar god, in order for him to fight Satan. It's a lot. There's a lot to unpack here. In 1994, the group began mass ritualistic suicides in Canada and Switzerland.
More than that, he was hit repeatedly with a blunt object. Very violent crime.
The body of the 3-month-old boy was found stuffed behind a water heater. He'd been stabbed through the heart. Inside the couple's car, police found traces of blood on the infant's car seat. And for the first time, police are suggesting the other 2 people found here on Tuesday may also have been murdered. Investigators say the man and the woman were alive when the fire started. Joseph de Membrio, the man police say is the mastermind behind the Order of the Solar Temple. Swiss radio reported today de Membrio's body is among those found in Switzerland, but authorities would not confirm that.
21 members were found shot in this garage, which had been converted into a chapel. Some had plastic bags over their heads. In Salvan, 1 person was found shot. The rest had been poisoned and suffocated. The 22nd, 1995. Another 16 members of the order were found dead. They were killed in the Vercors, an isolated region of France. All the bodies had been burned and laid out in star formation.
It began on Friday when cars were found in the forest belonging to cult members. The 16 burned bodies were discovered this morning a couple of kilometers from the parking lot. A French prosecutor says 3 children are among the dead. He says it's possible some of the victims were shot to death. Some weapons were found at the site. Their bodies were found lying in a star formation with their feet in the middle.
Have we been told the whole truth? I'm sorry to say, but we still don't know whether the deaths were internal or involved some external agency, and that's why we feel intimidated and we're still afraid.
Maybe I could have pulled the trigger, but not on myself. That scares me.
Others are convinced there was a conspiracy to destroy the order. In Quebec City, The treasurer of the order alleged to us that he and another member had received written, anonymous death threats days before the massacre. The police consistently refused to give us an interview, claiming the investigation is officially closed.
Kill myself? No. At least, God, I hope not.
Families need to be able to grieve, to do our mourning, and to get on with our lives. That's why we have to know exactly what happened.
I told you that I never would, told you I was, even when I knew I never